Hey guys, welcome to the Let Me Call You Back podcast. This comedy podcast features Declan Brooks, my brother, and an aspiring stand-up comedian on our weekly phone calls. We talk daily happenings of life, ludicrous news, and comical interactions with others while out and about in the world. Please enjoy.
Here we go.
Here we go.
We are back. Doing a late night tune here. Spitting some game with Adomas, Wareikis, everybody. Give it up for him.
Hello, hello, hello.
Me and Raymond are trying to work out a more clear recording. Honestly, Raymond's board has been giving us some issues, and it hasn't been recording properly for when we've been trying to do these episodes, so we are trying to. It costs a lot of money to buy this equipment. Raymond has been the sole investor in all of our equipment recently. I don't have the funds. It's the truth. It's the God's honest truth. Raymond's a sweet boy. He has put all of his money into our lifelong dream of being two chubby brothers that have a podcast together. So it's really a lot of money to just call an audible and be like, we need a new whole board. But like that's kind of what's holding us back is the board has been having some issues that really are limiting us from having a good episode. So tonight, we are having a flipcast. We are doing an episode with Adomas here, obviously. Adomas is a local comedian. We did the episode with him earlier this year. We did our 3 episodes, actually.
Yeah.
Man, that was fun.
Did you guys cut out stuff? Because we had more. I know that there were like 4.5 while...
There was so much.
Yeah.
There was a lot. There was so much to go through. And Raymond took the bet. Honestly, there was definitely more that could have been said. But like it went in a good order. It was 3 full episodes. We got plenty of people that listen to the show that are those types of people that are down to hear that the government has been ripping us off the whole time. So
yeah,
we had fun during that one.
You know, you guys got to stop looking up pornography on the Roadcaster. You got to jack off with different material.
Yeah, I don't know. What
That's why it's probably breaking.
I don't know if Raymond's making porn podcasts with himself in his apartment, but the computer must have broken. I guess that's what happened. I don't really know what happened, man. He told me the other day. He's like, yeah, the computer doesn't recognize the board anymore, so I have no control over it. So
right.
That's above my pay grade. That just sounds like robots arguing with each other. So
yeah.
We're doing a live at me and Adomas here. We're going to record this one. I'm going to start, just to give you guys a heads up, I have my Zoom recorder. While me and Raymond are going to do live episodes together, I'm also going to start interviewing more people and going out and just talking to random people more. May or may not be comedians, may or may be just people in my regular life. I talk to strangers a lot. I just had a conversation with a woman on the phone that I met at a gas station the other day. So,
did your wife know about that?
Yeah, I did. I told her about that. A woman that was doing some philanthropy work that was like asking for some advice. Long story short, I helped a local charity golf outing get some possible sponsorships via a woman that just stopped me at a gas station. I guess I look like the person to talk to about this.
I love that they're trying to raise money for golf.
It was for a veterans golf outing.
How much golf could they need? Take them to the gun range.
I have no... Yeah, exactly. But like,
it only worked out so great for Chris Kyle.
The shooting, dude. The shooting might be the problem for some of these vets. I would imagine that's part of the problem for them, why they can't just go shoot guns. Like,
that's what Chris Kyle died.
Yeah, at a shooting range. He was
the American sniper. Yeah,
he was helping somebody. He was instructing somebody, and somebody had a meltdown.
Helping
right?
is a bit of a stretch.
Is that the wrong recant of it?
Well, he was taking veterans out to the gun ranges to like help them feel normal. Which a man who's not normal whatsoever, just a total insane person.
Yeah, that guy. Do you have some cool information on Chris Kyle? I would love some information on Chris Kyle because I love that movie. Bradley Cooper is a drop dead gorgeous man. And he can play any character. You've seen him in every character from Wedding Crashers as the fucking male chauvinistic the fiance of the female.
I thought Wedding Crash. Oh wait, I'm thinking it was like Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, but
Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, but Owen Wilson's competition is Bradley Cooper.
Oh, yeah, I've not seen that one. I also am confusing with Shanghai Nights right now with Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper, King of all kings. He played a Philly guy.
He is a Philly guy.
Is he actually from Philly?
Yeah,
that's what I don't understand.
Like,
I didn't know if he just like played the guy from.
He's
Silver,
like
I didn't know if he played the guy from Silver Linings Playbook, and he's like, I'm from Philly now.
Yeah, no, that's why almost everyone when he did A Star Is Born, he picked like primarily like Philadelphia scenes and stuff like that. He's like, he tries like, I try to make everything very personal, and then like Dave Chappelle shows up as a guy named Noodles halfway through that. I don't fucking
guy named Noodles.
Yeah. So like, but also if you want to see a real crazy Bradley Cooper, watch Midnight Meat Train. That is one of the.
What is that?
It is horrifying. Oh God, I think that's the technical name of it. I don't know.
Is it a horror movie?
It's a horror movie where
with Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, where they pretty much imply that there are more than just the subway tunnels under New York, and it is he stumbles upon a guy killing people on a train car. He annihilates everyone, and it's used
It's a pretty to the point name for a movie, dude.
It is insane.
The Midnight Meat Train.
Yeah, the Midnight Meat Train from 2008. It's a really early Yeah. Oh my God. And it's by the guy who wrote the Hellraiser series. And
interesting.
Yeah. What were we talking? Oh, but Bradley Cooper is like
he's the Swiss Army knife of characters.
He's a Philadelphia guy, but he's like Kevin Bacon, like where his father is someone important in the city.
Is that what it is? Cooper? Yeah.
Or like Kevin Bacon's dad designed all of downtown
I'm
Philly.
Just saying Cooper Hospital and the Cooper Network. That was
maybe I don't know. It's also a pretty common name, but Cooper will regularly be in the Eagles box with the owner.
Yeah, I know. I see that a lot. I'm saying
that's why.
I literally didn't know if he just like did the part in Silver Linings Playbook and he was like, I'm a Philly guy now.
That movie's dumb as shit.
I know. He's just going crazy.
Betting money on a dance. Like, it's a bet that no person would ever take unless they're Howard from Uncut Gems.
Or Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro is the worst bookie, which is like true for a Philadelphia bookie. Like
Robert De Niro in a Bill Berge jersey. 66. Fucking.
Wait, where were we coming from with Bradley Cooper? What the fuck?
So Chris Kyle. Chris Kyle.
Clint Eastwood, Chris Kyle. Do you know have you seen the baby doll scene? Like the baby that he's holding in that scene is like clearly just a doll. It looks horrible. Oh.
I've seen the movie. I just forget like how it ended.
I've not really seen American Sniper because I like Clint Eastwood, but like that movie is insane.
Like wrong?
Well, it's...
So
did you watch
to preface this before we go down the deep hole, if you're an American chiming in and you haven't listened to us before, Adomas is a conspiracy theorist as well as a Marxist.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I actually I look at criminal conspiracy. These aren't conspiracies.
He's very educated. I will put this out there. Like Adomas is probably one of the smartest people you will run into in a bar.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm not conspiracy. Like I focus on things that are actual like facts of these people and actual criminal things. Like Chris Kyle is a notorious liar. Lied constantly. That movie is also just like they made up that fake sniper against him that doesn't really exist. Because you need an antagonist.
The sniper battle is always like
that was bullshit. Yeah.
The sniper battle is one of the most common movie scenes.
Also, how can you hold up a guy like I like how they're like we're badass, we're brave, we're this, that, and the other. And then it's like I kill a guy from over 3 miles away. It's like, well, that's not very badass. That's kind of.
I like the whole part where he walks in and his girl's cheating on him in the beginning. He's like, get out. She's like, you're not even a real cowboy. It's the most like the god awful scene. Like him and his brother walk in from being cowboys, literally from being at a bull riding event.
Nice.
And walks in on his fiance cheating on him. He's like, well, get out. She's like, you never loved me.
I mean, probably.
You're not even a real cowboy.
If he could go to bed every night with his Barrett 50 cal just laying next to him, he would be happy.
You know how many people saw that scene and they were like, oh, damn right, I'm a cowboy. Yeah. Fuck you, woman. Get out. Get out.
And he is a Texas guy, but it's easier to imagine him being in New Jersey, just that exact scene going.
Dude, that same accent happens in Jersey. You know that, right? You've heard of that South Jersey accent of the country scene of South Jersey?
Yeah, because you guys are the Midwest.
That's where I'm from. That's where we're from. I grew up picking tomatoes, doing fucking shit in the woods all day.
I did that as a kid. Yeah, but also like
that's Ohio shit too.
Well, here's my theory. So we'll get back to American Sniper. I gotta remember this.
You know, Chris Kyle. The facts.
No. My theory is that Jersey, aside from the shore, in Newark, in northern Jersey, like that area. So most of Jersey,
from Burlington down,
almost 90% of Pennsylvania, except for Philly, maybe,
is rural,
and upstate New York are all fundamentally the Midwest. Like there is actually really no difference to me, from someone from Ohio, as to that, like it's almost identical.
You know how quickly you get into the mountains in Poconos and people are like, "You guys want to have a fish fry?"
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Well, a fish fry is just a Catholic.
Yeah, but that's a
thing.
Midwest thing though. Like that's a heavy Midwest thing. Pan fish fry, like a crappy fish fry, or like pan. Dude, in Ohio and Michigan, that's a normal thing. People go catch a fuck ton of panfish and crappie and bluegill, and they fry them up like in the hundreds and have parties. Like it's normal. You know that.
You know the filet of fish from McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
You know where that exists?
Where?
Because of Ohio, the most evil place on earth. The guy who created the filet of fish was a Cincinnati McDonald's owner because he had so many German Catholics and they wouldn't buy McDonald's on Friday because
Makes sense. Lent.
Or yeah, because they wouldn't buy it on Friday. They wouldn't buy it because of Lent.
Of Lent. Yeah, every Friday they wouldn't buy it because of meat. They wouldn't eat meat on Fridays.
Yeah, and so
my dad used to get filet of fishes on
That's
Fridays
disgusting.
during Lent.
it's disgusting.
No joke. He did it to us multiple times. Not like did it to us, but I like filet of fishes. Have you ever had one?
McDonald's fucking fish. God, no, I'm good. I've also just when I worked in
this ecosystem has adapted. My body's a temple, a very special temple.
I don't think adapted. I think given up.
I don't know. Definitely working in the wind.
But yeah, no, I think all of those areas are just fundamentally the Midwest, and like Philly's just kind of weird in a little bit of a way. It's not. There's not even really a culture to Philly. Somewhat. It's just.
See, if you notice,
It's just less expensive New York.
If you've gone, I have this viewpoint because I travel all over the East Coast and parts of the Midwest and everything. If you go to a city, anything that becomes metropolitan has the same similarities when it comes to the people. Dialect and language is consistent due to the areas, but most of them they adapt into having the same regional dictation. That like uppity upper class language, like Nashville. Like, dude, Nashville, you meet people from one side of the city, and it's people like talking like this and that, and then it's people talking like this and that, and
They're transplants, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like California accents.
When I was in college, there were so many people that moved to Nashville after they graduated because it was like, it's a decent enough city. But also the thing that I think that keeps a lot of like cities not Midwest styled is that so every Ohio city is Midwestified because they are just giant suburbs. Philadelphia is not a suburb city. Like it doesn't have.
It's its own metropolitan.
It is an actual metropolitan area, and it also has public mass public transportation, which no Ohio city does.
And you know what's funny? It's actually private. SEPTA's a private organization.
It's like so is the post office technically. It's it's a government.
Yeah, but it's not like it's a government entity. SEPTA's a private organization.
Yes. But it's one of those. It's like it's integral to the Yeah,
it's weird. It's so weird because like MDOT, Metro, North Metro, and the NJ Transit are all government organizations.
Yes, but that's a weird. I could get into
weird.
I could complain about how that works.
The railroad laws are crazy too.
Yeah,
like especially Pennsylvania, Jersey, Delaware, all the railroad laws.
Because of good old Joe Biden.
Crazy.
Kind of. It literally is because of him. It sucks.
He's a part of it. Oh yeah, 100%.
Like literally,
it has nothing to do with his presidency. It's the litigation.
Being the senator from Delaware.
Yeah,
senator from Delaware for over 30+ years.
He covered that. He covered that whole situation.
You know the deal with if you're
Amtrak land and shit.
Yeah. Well, Delaware's crazy because it really shouldn't be a state.
Yeah, it's a DuPont. Its
its whole thing is the tax stuff so almost every credit card company, insurance company is based out of Delaware, and if you are the senator of Delaware, you are like
in Fight Club.
Yeah, and so it's like if you are the senator from Delaware, like you represent specifically the credit card companies, et cetera, and you also represent DuPont, the most evil fucking family ever. Which, by the way, speaking of representing an evil family, Joe Biden's son, who used to be the governor of Attorney General of Delaware at the time, and then Bo is the one who died of brain cancer.
Oh yeah, that guy.
And you know what?
He was the good one, right?
Couldn't happen to a worse guy. He sucked. No, Hunter Biden rocks. I'll get into him.
Is it just Hunter rocks too hard?
All he does is hang out with Well, okay, I'll explain the Bidens, and then we're gonna get back to the.
I don't get it.
Bo Biden is like the son that it's the wrong son died from the Ballad of Dewey Cox. The wrong son died. Bo Biden was like the prodigy of the family. He was going to be governor of Delaware, and he died.
Wasn't he a war veteran too?
So this is the crazy thing. Speaking of DuPont's name, he helped get a DuPont family member out of going to jail for raping a baby.
Which one?
But I don't know. There's so many of them.
The Bidens did?
The boat when he was Attorney General of Delaware.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
He refused. He like pretty much like
refused to prosecute DuPont.
But while he was serving, he was the Attorney General of Delaware while he was serving in Afghanistan. There's this whole crazy procedure they did for him to do that. It's insane.
What was he serving in Afghanistan as? Like a sergeant? Like what was he serving?
He was some sort of officer bullshit. I mean, he was still a lawyer at that time. Yeah, he was supposed to be the next guy to be like president. Like
he was supposed to be the next.
He was being groomed for presidency, and then got like.
You would have think they would have used their magic and fixed his cancer. You know what I mean?
So he got like stage 4 brain cancer, like the kind that like you just can't. One of those ones where it's just like it just kind of happens. And
now, if they took Hunter's brain and they put it in Bo's, what do you think would have happened?
Well, so okay, well, Bo dies, right, and then Hunter, whose life has already been falling apart forever.
He's George W. Bush.
No, George W. Bush has his shit even more together than Hunter Biden does.
Really? So George W. Bush was like a degenerate alcoholic, wasn't he?
He wasn't a degenerate.
Like
he was
a fall down alcoholic.
He wasn't supposed to be. He was not the leader of the family. He's not even the oldest kid, and neither is Jeb. There's like one above them. But anyways, Bo dies, and Hunter starts fucking his wife.
That's wrong.
He starts fucking his sister-in-law.
Like
and then they get the blessing of Joe and Jill to start dating. And he then started...
You ever seen the movie with Tobey Maguire, Brother?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
They start fucking, and then he ruins her life entirely. And then leaves her to go on this total derailment that he has right now, where he's fucking when he's got like 6 kids now, and then he's sent to the Ukraine, and then he's sent to Bo Biden. I mean, Hunter Biden is like not a demon.
What does he operate as?
So he's a lawyer, and so
what is like there was hearings where he was like a big subject of everything, correct?
Yeah, and like it is like basic corruption, but like on the way that like almost every political family, if you're a smart political family, you have someone in your family that's designated as your bag man. And so Hunter Biden, when he served on like the head of that Ukrainian oil company, Burisma,
actually, a good way to compare it. Do you know the show Yellowstone?
I've not watched Yellowstone.
I was gonna say the one brother is like the lawyer for the family. I was gonna compare him.
He's not the bag, like not that type. He's a lawyer though as well, and he doesn't. He pretty much like pays for all of Joe Biden's bills. Joe Biden doesn't see a bill, doesn't see anything. He gets the payments, and it's supposed to go.
He's
to
like the treasurer of the Biden family.
Yeah, he's managing the funds and all that stuff. And
so because he's that guy, he's like, I'm gonna do a little crack, guys. I'm gonna do a little crack.
Well, no, he's just miserable.
You guys make me do all the money. You guys don't look at the money. This is like the mom that gets mad. Like I can understand women because like a lot of times, and this sounds stupid, men, and I'm not speaking from. It's not me. I'm not talking about me right now. But like some men, when they get in a relationship, they stop looking at their money. They get a bank account. And they go, lady, stay in charge of this, and if we're fucked up, I'm gonna yell at you.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's literally
my mom.
That's how my family's relationship operated.
My mom is in charge of the money and always has been. She is the best.
Yeah, my girl's in charge of our money. She's way better than me at money.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, I'm responsible for all mine, and I'm terrible at it.
The one thing you have to be cognizant of is the stress that is. So like I can imagine Hunter's like, you know what, guys, why can't I just do a little crack this weekend?
Well, he was always doing that. He's always been awful. But
guys,
like,
let me just rip my Bucati on crack.
Do you know like do you know like when Biden was elected senator, he was the youngest senator ever elected.
Joe Biden, or
yeah, at that time, and his wife died
in like the 1950s, right?
Yeah, his wife died in a car accident with their brand new newborn, and then Hunter and Bo were in the car with her, and so like from day one.
By the way, which is like the beginning to the Austin Powers movies. It's fucking Dr. Evil. And Austin Powers survived a car accident crash where the mother and father burned to death.
I'll traffic this $1 million.
That's fucking crazy.
For $1 million. Well, fuck. Okay, yeah. Well, Bo Biden was also bald, so I guess he was Dr. Evil. But no, his younger sister and his mother died in a car accident. And then like that fucked him up, and then he was just pretty much sent off to live with an older relative while Joe Biden was senator. And then he got a new mom out of nowhere that he doesn't really fucking know, and they don't like each other. And then and then also he has a giant tattoo of the Finger Lakes on his back. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, and then all he does now is like if he's in the US, he's pretty much in LA all the time, and he hangs out with comics. He's like a
That's
hanger.
what Hunter Biden does.
He's a hanger on of the LA comedy scene, or he's in like Europe.
Should that be our goal?
Yeah. Well, I joke with people. I'm like, you can pretty much just claim you met Hunter Biden where we live, like Delaware borders, where you live in Aston. You could claim it literally any day. It's like I think I ran into Hunter Biden the other day. You know.
I don't know why I haven't familiarized myself with what he looks like. I should like. I've heard he looks like a spy.
He looks like Donald Trump Jr., like that kind of look. Like he's got that darker look. He doesn't have the blonde. Like he's got jet black hair.
He's styled looking.
He looks also like it's like a mix, like or like how Steve Carell looked in the first season of The
pictures
Office.
of him. He's like a. It's almost I wouldn't call him Duchovny.
Well, I've seen his cock.
Yeah, because he's got that all over the internet, right?
Yeah, you can find his laptop got leaked.
Wasn't he doing some crazy shit with his dick too?
Well, so yeah. I've got two great Joe Biden relatives cock story. First off, Joe Biden packing heat. There's just no doubt. Like
Really?
I now know why he fell off that bike. Hunter
got in the way.
Hunter Biden has a photo and like was presented on the floor of Congress, where he has M&Ms like or Skittles like on his penis, and he's got like 8 of them, not like right next to each other. There's a big amount of space between each one.
That's funny as shit.
It's insane. He's got.
I took this for actually reference points.
And then Joe Biden's brother, his younger brother, which by the way, his older brother was his bag man for a long time. On like that's like the classic Carter, Bushes, like any family member that or Ray Clinton, no. Whatever, one of the Clinton brother.
Roger Clinton?
Something like that.
Yeah, isn't that what it was?
And then Hillary Clinton's brother owns a gold mine in fucking Haiti.
Not surprised at that.
Insane. But anyways, he would fuck, what was I saying?
Oh no.
I lost my train. Bo is
Bo and the brothers.
oh,
and the
Hunter.
Bagman.
Sorry, Hunter. Yeah. Fuck.
We were talking about what he looked like, and then we got into a tangent.
Yeah. Fuck.
So the Bidens, dude. That's like what's.
Oh, his penis.
Yeah, they got
His
big.
brother.
You got 2 instances.
Well, his
of
brother-
Biden penises.
His brother, Joe Biden's brother, is like his younger brother is shredded and looks kind of like Joe Biden mixed with Jeffrey Epstein, and
Yeah, like young,
he's not really that much younger. I mean, he's probably in his 70s as well. I mean, but
shredded.
he's yoked and has literally what looks like a child's arm.
Is it Tony?
Just
Is
hang.
it Tony Biden? Like what's his name?
I don't know what.
Oh, Rocco. You talking about Rocco Biden? He's probably got some dope name.
He's probably called Barack
Biden.
Barack, you're the brother I always wanted. Yeah, but
I love that. I know exactly what meme you're talking about. It's like pictures of Biden leaning in talking to Barack. It's like, you're the brother I always wanted. It's like, stop whispering in my ear, Joe.
You ever notice how cranberries don't have any crayon in them? They're just berries. I don't understand. It's just something stupid, yeah. But so yeah, the Bidens are insane. It's you actually somewhat like reading Hunter's stuff. You kind of feel bad for him because like his just life is just hell. Like
He's just vibing.
well, he's a prisoner of his father's.
And
Like
he's a paparazzi prisoner too.
not even well, yeah, kind of. Now he is, but even before, like he's just miserable. Like he is there to just facilitate all the all the back market deals of Biden's family, and then also Jeff Schoenberg. You met Jeff Schoenberg?
I know who that is.
Older guy, dresses super well, very nice. Really good comic. He's always at JJ's. He comes to karaoke with us. He always
yes.
does. He's Mr. Wiki Wiki Wow Wow Wow.
Yes. He's the fucking
Desperado.
best. Jeff is the man. Jeff, if you ever find this, shout out to you.
He is from Delaware, and his family owns a funeral home business, Jewish funeral home business,
Of course.
whatever the fuck that is. And he explained that stuff to me one day, and that was nuts. But he used to. He's the same age as Joe Biden's youngest daughter, who's the same age. Who's his daughter with Jill Biden.
Is that
Ashley
like
Biden.
Sapphire Biden?
Sapphic bisexual Biden.
Can I actually tell you something funny today? Today, I had to take the baby to the doctor's with my girl because he was getting his shots. He was getting one more flu shot. All right.
Okay. Yeah, be careful. That's the one that makes you autistic.
I know. I get so worried. I'm
Go on.
He's gonna be so artistic. Fucking dude, my nurse's name was Diamond. I thought it was so funny. I was like, wow,
White lady?
black lady.
No way.
Yeah, and
Of course.
yeah, that's racist to say. In my head, I'm like, man, you couldn't have not had a stripper name. Like, Like,
She-
next, coming
dude,
to put a needle in my baby, Mercedes.
The stripper to nurse pipeline is crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking it's crazy how close they are.
Yeah.
They are one and the same.
You met Ty. Ty's girlfriend is a stripper to lawyer pipeline.
Believe it.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because like I used to work at Z Bar in Philly, and Z Bar is connected to Delilah's nightclub. All the strippers that work next door, all of them have jobs. I have like plenty of friends that they're like,
Yeah, they're normal people like you and me.
they
do the stripping
They're
for
not
fun.
animals.
The stripping's the fun
I'm
part.
not a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the stripping's the fun part. That's a good way to put it. They facilitate their entire lifestyles and school through stripping, and then like, why the fuck would you stop stripping if you're not making that good?
You probably make more fucking money, and you can hide half of it too.
Yeah, but most of the time, most of them are like. So I will notice this: most strippers that I've met that become nurses are nurses that do travel contracts. That's a very popular
Yeah,
thing.
you know what those travel contract nurses are? Fucking scabs. That's their whole. They're there to do rats. They're to undercut the
and
fucking.
they make a lot of money.
They make their money busting union strikes. That's oh my god! I watched a TikTok like it's a day in the life of a nurse that's going as a scab nurse
Was
or
that
whatever,
sound in the background like ding, ding, ding,
something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like some shitty.
I was so
TikTok sound.
fucking pissed. I was like, "You are
I
fucking
walk
evil."
in at 1:00 and spit on protesters.
They don't really care about that, but they're just
I
like, "Here's
know.
my life as a nurse who's being called into scab or whatever the fuck term they use. Some other.
See, and it's fucked up because when they come into those situations, it's usually in a hospital where like the expected nurse to patient ratio is supposed to be like a 1:7.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting tossed into like a 1:15, 1:18 almost sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're dealing with like a crazy awful because I went to school for nursing. I do know some crazy shit. Like do know a little bit about nursing.
My mom's been an ER nurse
So,
her
like,
whole life.
It's,
So
it's like like you get it. It's like it's bizarre. Like it sucks because like it fucks up the people that are established, tenured medical professionals that do that job for a living. Especially like when they're dealing with that exact issue.
yeah.
And the reason that it's not getting taken care of is that these companies aren't compensating their nurses properly for the
Well,
hours that they work, or staffing properly so that the ratios are proper.
Yeah.
It's a back and forth where these nurses are not only fighting for a proper wage, but also a compensation of like an actual workforce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like you know that I'm sure your mom's been like 100% like been like, yo, there's not enough of us. Like
No, my mom's got very strong. Well, it's an ER, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like you only need a certain amount, and it's more about. It's not really about new people you need. It's more about competency.
yeah,
You don't really need 10 new nurses on the floor. It's like, and also the issue because we're in Southwest Ohio, it's mostly just drug issues. You're just Narcaning people all day, and she's like, "It's a fuck." I asked her. I remember when like before like the big like opioid epidemic started. I was like, "How many would you have a week or whatever or a day?" And she's like, "It was probably 2 to 4 overdoses a day. Normal amount.
Normal, yeah.
Like really habitual people." She's like, "It's probably like 16 to 20 now every day." And
Dude,
like
that
that's
shit-
an OD. I'm not saying OD death. I'm saying OD with Narcan. And
Yeah.
then, and it's just like there's so many now. It's
yeah,
crazy.
it's fucked up. The fentanyl that's like actually hit the populace is fucking insane, dude.
It's good shit.
Yeah, it's the most potent drug in the world right now.
Yeah. Did you? There was some negotiated deal
Dude,
on
did
that.
you see Trank? You see how that's like one of the most popular drugs in Kensington now? It's horse tranquilizer and fentanyl.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I'm like, well, doing tranquilizers has always been. I knew a guy that used to do tranquilizers.
Yeah, fucking beaver tranquilizers.
Well, just you do. I mean, doing.
No, it's the joke. It's like it's like people always talking about like what drugs they were on. Like I was on fucking coyote tranquilizers, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh my god, dude! There was this guy at the open mic the other night at JJ's named Quiz the Coyote,
Okay.
and
Was he funny? No.
he was there for Next Door for John and Comedy John, and he is like this 45, maybe 50-year-old black guy. He's salt and peppered. I couldn't tell, and he just goes up. I'm like, I'm subbing in, hosting, and it's me and Sam Wolf, and this guy goes up, and he's like, the moment you catch a woman with a dick, you need to fucking kill her. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus, nice. Welcome to the anti-trans hour.
Jeez, yeah, he's like, you know better. Like, like Jesus Christ.
Oh, he knew better. That's like, dude, like I have been in some very uncomfortable situations, dude, before. Like, where like, honestly, if there's any duty that you have as a person in the world, Adomas, like The one thing that you can do is stand up against vehement racists when you have an opportunity for it not to be a violent interaction.
Yeah, when a girl's around and I want to impress her.
Not even just that.
No.
No, not even just that. I was at a dinner one time in Wildwood, a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
And the restaurant was so full that they were even sitting people at the bar. This guy came in a suit with his wife and had the nerve to say long story short, he's like, this place is so filled up because it's all these effing N words. That's how he worded it.
Yeah, I believe that.
Said it in front of people.
Yeah.
And I was very upset by it, and I was like, yo, man, watch your fucking mouth. He's like, what'd you say to me? I was like, watch your fucking mouth. And I took it upon myself as a white man to correct a white guy and say, hey, I don't know where you think you're at, but you don't talk like that in front of people.
Hey, man, not gonna
watch your fucking
there's
mouth.
people around here. We can't be saying you only get 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, right. Like, dude, we're in a public place. All right, we're not in a
Did
private
everyone
place.
stand up and clap afterwards?
No,
Is it one of those
the
classic
bartender.
Facebook
The
posts?
bartender brought me a drink.
Nice.
No, he was like, yeah.
So
that
you
was,
were trying
that was the
to
right thing to do.
impress someone.
Not
and
really.
You're
I
like,
was-
I am broke.
I was like, that's insulting to me, man. I was like, that's ridiculous to think you think that's acceptable to speak in front of people like that.
This is my conspiracy. No one stands up to racism unless it means they can get a free drink or pussy off it.
Now, I don't think there was a single black person around, so there was no black person to verify this story happened. But I swear to God, it happened. I swear to God, dude.
I was the
stood
black.
up to racism.
You're like, actually, I
stood up to
was the
racism.
black man there. I was the blackest person in the room.
I was like,
I was a bouncer. I was just like, get the fuck. Anytime. It was like, it was awesome. My bartenders told me to kick this person out. I'm like, I'm not even asking why. I'm just like, cool.
oh yeah, no, that was my favorite part. The parts where it wasn't emotional in any sort is so much easier when people are like, hey, get rid of that guy. I'm like, sounds good, buddy.
Well, I remember.
Hiya.
I remember one of the first times I got in a fight with someone that someone tried to fight me as a bouncer. I threw that guy out. There's a huge fucking scene over it. It's like my hand I think is broken. It's fucking awful. And then one of my bartenders comes out. They're like, hey, we need you to throw out another guy. And I'm like, are you kidding? We had 2 bouncers on it, so you couldn't get the fucking other guy.
Did you work in a place that was primarily fight people?
No, it was just dumbass college kids and then heavy drunks. But then so I walk in to go throw this guy out, and I walk in and it's my friend Charlie, and I'm just like, what the fuck did you do? It's just like, how the fuck? I'm like, get the fuck out. Like, what are you doing, man? He's rail thin. I'll win against Charlie. He's
Dude, some of the first few times I had to bounce, a lot of it was people just being so drunk that they had to be let out.
yeah.
I had to drag a guy that was completely drunk, asleep on the floor in the bathroom, out to the side of the car, out in the parking lot, and put him there. I'm like, your friend, your responsibility now. Have a good night.
See, I can't do that because we would get you get in trouble for over serving people with that shit. But
I mean, it wasn't. Listen, I was 19 working in a nightclub.
Oh,
They told me-
yeah.
you know what I mean? They're like, go do this. I'm like, you
they'll
got
just
it,
assume he
boss.
walked. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, boss, whatever you say. They were like, hey, punch this guy in the side of the head 9 times, and I'd be like, all right, where do I stand? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, one of the craziest.
They're like right there. The cameras can't see.
One time we had this international dance night, and we had this group of girls who were all Air Force Latinas, and so they're very intense.
Yeah.
And one of them stole a bottle of Monkey Shoulder.
What is monkey shoulder for the people at home? Because I know what it is. No.
I have it in the fridge.
What is it?
It's whiskey, malt whiskey, whatever. Fucking triple filter. I don't know what the fuck any of that stuff.
We'll
means.
try it. We'll try it.
I love Monkey Shoulder. It's great. And she had taken a bottle. So it's it's really hard to drink that shit straight. But while no one was looking, she had reached behind the bar, grabbed the bottle off the shelf, and drank the whole thing in one go. And then I had to throw her out not even probably an hour later, and we were trying to find out why and what the fuck happened. Then I found out they were the people who were paying the DJ that night for that international dance night, and they just kept all the fucking money.
It's always that people. It's always that person. It's always the person
most
that's
insane.
It's always the person running the event.
Yeah, they kept
watched-
being assholes to me and my friend Ian because we're like, we run this place.
We had to kick the DJ out one night because he punched his girlfriend in the face because they were fighting in the middle of the place. I'm like, first off, she's out of here. Second, you're fucking out of here. You just punched your female counterpart in the face. Get the fuck out of here.
You're just harshing the vibes, man.
I was like, you just killed this. I was like, buddy.
Listen, I know you guys
I was
really.
like, you can't be punching your girlfriend in the face. Now listen, both of you guys outside together by yourselves since he just assaulted you. Get outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty much what we did. We were like, get out of here. Both of you.
Listen, I know you both love the chain smokers, but
Yeah, I know you're really gonna run to him, but dude, it was fucking. It was insane.
Throwing
It was
out
so
women
funny.
is always worse.
Oh yeah.
It always is because they're just like
Because
you.
also the thing that you're like, so I went through in Philly. There's a requirement that you're supposed to be certified to be a bouncer.
Oh really?
You're supposed to go through the certification.
I just happen to
process.
be 21.
Yeah, when you're in Philly and you're a bouncer, you have to get certified for proper removal of people from a drunken setting, as well as you have to get your ramp certifications. So they have a whole course. It's a bouncer course, and I went through it every year when I was a bouncer. And basically, it teaches you how to remove people properly using like a lot of Krav Maga techniques, pressure point techniques,
The fake Israeli martial art.
Dude, listen, there's shit that works, and I used to fuck people up with it.
Yeah.
And then it also teaches you how to properly deal with women that are drunk and dealing with taking them out properly to where like you're not exposing them as well as you're not putting yourself in a situation where they feel taken advantage of. Seriously.
You're not actually that pretty. Actually, you might be the least pretty one of your friend group. Just
Pretty much,
just
dude,
being mean.
as a man, there's no other way to grab a woman other than by both of her hands and across her chest.
And that's immediately
it immediately seems like an aggressive, not only aggressive, but so almost sexual.
I don't know about that last
advanced.
part, but yeah.
No, like I mean, think about it. Like it's being physically advanced by a man.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying I don't know.
I'm not saying sexual in like a positive way, like ooh, I want to be grabbed. I'm saying like
well, sexual in a negative way is not sexual.
Like what is this person about to do to me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the thing that they would teach us is like, hey, come up behind them from the side, out of view, like they're a fucking velociraptor, so they can't see you. All right, from a 45-degree angle, and then come from the side, grab both their arms, cross them, and have their arms crossed, and hold both their hands interlocked, crossed.
Yeah.
Then carry them
As they kick the shit.
at your hip.
Yeah. Yes.
As they kick the shit out of you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, if you do it right and you carry a woman right, they can't kick you.
I know. Yeah.
Until that bitch starts biting you. And then
they're gonna fucking bite you. And
yeah.
God
you get bit. There's
That's why,
dude. I watched a girl fucking wipe out into a couple bus tubs full of glasses, and like take out another 6 girls in heels, and it was like a fucking pipe bomb went off in this fucking place, dude. It was crazy, dude.
There was a fight that broke out in our women's bathroom one time, and they're just like, "You got to go in there," and like it's a full bathroom. Like other women are like trapped in there because they're pretty much in front of the door. It's like Jesus Christ. Don't send me in there.
What's insane is like I would watch like 20 people fighting, and then 2 people get kicked out. That was my favorite part. Like bouncing.
Oh yeah,
they'd be like, it was those 2 guys. Now everybody get out. No, like I learned quick that it was a tip industry. From being a bouncer at a front door, I was a pat down guy.
yeah. Well, I always carried cigarettes on me at the door because like I would sell them to people. Like no one ever wants to. Every guy will give you $1 for a cigarette, so I would just get a pack. It's $8.
Where did you bounce at? Where were you at?
I was at this place called the Union in Athens, Ohio. It's one of the best music punk places on earth. I mean, nice. I love it.
Did you ever go up to Youngstown at
all? My friend's from Canfield nearby, but I've never been to Youngstown specifically.
I heard it has like a nice club and music scene there in the Ohio stretch.
Does it?
It was like a mob around town.
I know that. I know we talked about that on the last episode. We talked about Polly from The Sopranos getting arrested. Yeah.
You like Kickstarts?
They don't sell the good ones anymore. The yellow,
the originals.
The yellow are the perfect. The pineapple ones.
What about the original orange and the original fruit punch? I really like the
fruit punch.
Original.
Is disgusting. The orange is fine.
I really liked the original Kickstarter.
There was a bad point in my life where I was probably drinking like 3 of those a day.
Which ones? Those orange ones?
Just any of this type of anything, whatever I could get.
Yeah.
I would get like the grape ones. I'd get the orange ones, and then I would just drink.
I'm a big fan of grape Nas.
And I definitely was not doing like other stuff in conjunction, like getting off from work and then getting fucked up and then drinking 3 of those for my hangover recovery.
You know what grape Nas is, right?
I haven't had Nos. I don't think I was like, do they legally sell that anymore?
Dude, there was literally. So you know what Pantry One is, right?
No.
Pantry One's like a gas station chain on the East Coast. And I hate to admit this, it's normally a Indian-owned organization.
In contrast to all the other gas stations I've been to that are not Indian-owned?
No, I mean, like, it's a very popular, like, Indian-owned gas station in South Jersey is how I would put it. For some reason, I don't know whose retailer, I don't know what supplier was selling this to all the Pantry Ones in South Jersey. There was a cocaine energy drink for about 2.5 years in South Jersey. Sold at and it didn't have cocaine in it. I don't really know if it did or didn't. the name cocaine.
Seems like a waste of cocaine.
Yeah, right. We waste cocaine drinking it.
Just sell coke at your gas station.
Yeah, right. Just sell Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
But it was a really fucked up energy drink, and I had a friend who was epileptic and drank it, and it gave him a seizure.
Oh God! You know what ones I think
That's a Perlingy story, actually. If you know our friends that we referenced,
when I met them at that show.
Yeah, Jimmy. You met Jimmy, the one brother. He's actually a big fan of our show. I'm sure he's been waiting for an episode to come out. I'm almost positive his brother Tyler had a fucking seizure when he drank a can of cocaine energy drink from the pantry one at Mount Royal.
You know what ones are really disgusting?
What's that?
To me?
Rippets.
Bang.
From the dollar store.
Bang energy. The Bang energy drinks.
They were almost extinct.
Yeah,
Rockstar bought them.
Rockstar, by the way, owned by an insane right wing guy.
Oh, Rockstar or Monster? One of them. I forget which one. I think it was Monster.
Bang energy seems like it should make your pussy taste bad. That's all I know. Like because it was like really popular with girls, and I'm like,
it really sounds like there's a female with missing teeth that walks up to you and goes, "You want to bang?" You know what I mean?
No, it was a lot of gym rat women.
I know.
That was dude, oh God.
Listen, it got mostly popular from the Instagram trending of people like fitness models. You know, when I was working in the nightclubs and I was finishing up probably like 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
All the bottle service hosts, all the females, like the female servers and everything, were drinking Bang, and they were all fitness people, and that's where they're like, oh, did you get the Bang? Like they were getting it from Rite Aid. That's where they were finding it at, because that was like
sucking on a battery.
It was the only place they could find it at first, and they were buying it in like
GNC
it was and Rite Aid,
one.
and then it became a normal process. Honestly, a soft drink. It's a fucking soft drink.
Well, now they're like alcoholic and they have hemp in them and whatever, right? Like,
yeah, I think those are knockoffs. Like you know how like
no, those are legit ones. Those are the that was for a thing for they were like became alcoholic. They became.
Was it a partnership?
I don't know. I also
like you know how like Hoop Tea buys rights to like for instance, Hoop Tea bought the rights to do like Arizona collaborations and like the Sea Isle Ice tea collaborations.
They fucked up. They changed the formula in Arizona. I don't like them anymore. They're bad.
Normal Arizona iced tea.
They taste off now. I don't know what's.
Yeah, they don't taste the same. Even the herbal tonic's different.
I never drank. I used to be a
big green tea guy.
Peace tea and Arizona tea, and that's I would get
razzleberry, peace tea, razzleberry,
peach. I like the peach one.
Yeah, I'm a big raspberry guy.
And then like a jazz.
They're so bad for you.
And a jazz wood tip, black and mild.
Dude, a fucking red wine wood tip. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's funny. Did you ever get kidney stones from drinking this?
No, I've never had a kidney stone in my life.
Neither have I. And like
wood.
people, not exactly. There's a whole bunch in your wood of your house. I shouldn't want to get a knuckle noise. Dude, I drink a lot of that shit. I've had to like keep in check how much of that I've drank in my life.
Yeah,
I used to fucking slam Arizona.
I'm surprised I've not had a kidney issue at all.
Mm-hmm. Same. I think I drink so much water. I love actual water too.
I think it's just I work out regularly. I burn that shit. Like working right now at the post office, I walk all day, so I drink like one of those Arizona peace teas.
Oh, you know what? This is why I'm happy I brought you here to your house.
Yeah.
Give me your best, craziest mailman story.
I really don't have one yet, but
there's got to be one. There's got to be some. What's your weirdest exchange thus far?
Oh, I run into homeless people all the time, and it's
life changing. Anything?
They're like, "You got anything in there to spare for me?" And I'm like, "It's
mail.
It's a bag full of mail, motherfucker. What do you think I got?" And like, I don't know. People are insane with their dogs. Like most people should.
Is it almost cliche?
It really is bad. Like, well, because apparently, like, there have been multiple stories where dogs have just shattered full glass windows, or like any of those like weird like the outside door, like the screen door type shit.
We've had dogs accidentally go through shit growing up for
sure. Yeah, and so like and then they'll run out and try to kill you, and like, but also like there are like people who will run up to like they'll be out walking their dog or whatever, they'll be like in their front yards and walking up. And they'll be like, "Oh, it's all right. They're friendly, blah, blah, blah." And the dog is like jumping up on me, trying to fucking like bite me.
Yeah.
And they're barking. And I'm like, I cannot say I officially did this, but I know someone who did. And it's like, you just lie to people and you tell them like, "Hey, if your dog bites me, it is USPS policy that they get put down." Like, that is to guarantee, like, you tell people that, they're not going to even let their dog near you, just on the off chance. It's like not even being friend.
Is that legit?
I'll never confirm. I can't confirm if I've said that or not either.
Oh man,
I like my job.
I'm gonna have to ask the postmaster general.
Dude, it's fucking bullshit. Like, people are wildly irresponsible. I was walking to JJ's one night from 700 to JJ's, and someone's dog fucking jumped up on me just as they're walking it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get that fucking thing off me. I'm not anti-animal.
I know what you're saying.
But it jumped up. It scared the
But
shit
I am
out
a Marxist, so get your fucking dog off.
Yeah,
me.
yeah. We're gonna all own your dog in common when I'm eating it later. Like, no, it's like fucking.
That's
it's
fucked
ridiculous. Oh, the other we did have. I was telling you this earlier. Someone drove a box truck through the front of our post office.
You weren't working that day, right?
No, well, no. I was in that morning because I was
You were in that box truck.
No. Well, okay, so
It was Adomas. Cops, get him.
Well, actually, so like people like that whole day, they're like,
"Where's Adomas?"
it did happen while we had workers in our office.
Oh, that's scary.
But it just drove in through the front, like where the PO boxes are, so it ended up being okay. But
So everybody just got a day off.
no, we just had to do the regular day. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's whatever."
Lobby's closed. Everybody else goes back to work.
That was it. Like,
And all the lobby people were like, "Yes, dude.
yeah. So like we
We got
just.
snow day because somebody drove through the front lobby."
So yeah, I show up, and then later that day, like all through the rest of the day, everyone knew that had happened. And so I'm out delivering mail, and like some of the people would ask me, they're like, "Oh, is everyone okay?" What? I'm like, "Yeah, you drive a box truck you drive a truck through the front of the post office, and they still let you show up and continue working for the rest of the day."
That's crazy, dude.
And so people are like, "Wait, did you do that?" And it's like,
So, question for you, because people always seem to like target government employees. Have you ever felt targeted as a mailman?
"What do you?"
People like have no quarrel with the mailman. They don't look at you like a cop. Like, you probably fucking hang out with cops and all the firemen.
I've done this on stage. I've talked about this on stage, but it rocks being a postal worker because during the pandemic, the real boys in blue. Everyone loves us now.
Yeah,
everyone's always kind of liked us, and like it does rock because like postal workers are just as insane and like say just as heinous shit as
if you could
cops.
shoot someone without asking questions, you would. Is what you're saying?
Not me, but like. Oh, someone dropped the word Oriental the other day, just out of nowhere, and they're like,
and you pulled out your
I'm
gun.
like, why are you casually just calling? They were referring to Asians as Orientals, and I'm like, and it's a guy who's like in his 40s, and I'm like, why are you using that?
I can't confirm that I may or may not have used the word Oriental in the past year. Like, I do that sometimes. You can't even tell. You can't even tell what's insulting.
I just don't know. And like that one, well, that one's not really explicitly racist. Like out of all the things that I know, like you can call Asian people, like that one probably ranks the lowest. But also like, because like we just had a movie. It's called Murder on the Orient Express. Like we still use Orient.
I mean, dude, Oriental Trading Magazine.
Yeah, there's like it's not like it's a not you like there is no N-word magazine. Like that would be
That's pretty much N-word magazine, dude. Look at all this shit Chinese people would sell.
like
in the
that's
park.
the degree of how bad it is, But yeah, like it rocks. It's like yeah, postal workers are just as bad as fucking cops on like things they actually say and believe. But since we have never killed a single fucking person,
Now, if they let postal workers carry machine guns, that'd be a different story.
yeah. Our I learned this is fucking awesome. Our mail bags we have used to have little ashtrays in them for people who smoked, and I'm like that.
In what like a cup holder ashtray?
It was like some sort of like weird like part of the bag where you could just ash your cigarettes in the into the.
Interesting.
I'm like, why would you? You're walking around outside, just ash on the fucking ground.
Yeah, no, we didn't want to be improper.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. So someone drove a truck to the post office. It was awesome.
Okay.
It was not good. I don't want actually that if that gets back to my
Did
boss.
they get the guy?
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, he was in the truck.
Yeah, he was just stuck in there. Yeah.
Well,
It's the stupidest crime ever. It's like I'm gonna drive a fucking truck.
It wasn't
inside.
deliberate. But what had happened was he wasn't paying attention. He's getting about to get to a red light, and you see him like he's like he drifts.
Oh,
in,
so this wasn't like an attack. This was just a dumbass.
No, this guy he's driving like one of those smaller box trucks, and he accidentally clips one of our workers' cars out front, and then overcorrects. But when he clipped that car, I think he popped a tire, is what they said. And so then he went and then tried to overcorrect from when he bounced off the car. And when he went to correct, it just took him straight into the post office.
That's nuts, dude. That sounds like a fucking disaster scene.
Yeah, that guy's life is ruined. He's fucked.
That's lucky that it'd kill a little old lady walking down the street in media.
It was like 6 o'clock in the morning, so
Okay.
It was like while we were like sorting mail, getting everything ready in the morning before the postal workers even get there.
Were you so you weren't there though yet?
I literally walked up an hour after it happened. Because we clerks are in there working, and then we show the guys who carry the mail show up, and then
Can I ask you a question? When you see people like in car accidents or like parked in like goofy spots, do you roll your window down and tell them they can't park there? Because I do a lot. I do it a lot, dude. I fucking do it a lot to people. This fucking person right on Dutton Mill Road coming down from Aston. You know the curve going between Dutton Mill up to Edgemont?
Yes.
They must have taken the curve too fast coming past Chester Creek Road.
Yeah.
And they ended up on that embankment by where that boat that sits out right in the front.
Yeah.
Right at the bottom of the curve where the stop signs are. So they're like bottomed out sitting in a rock pile in this front person's front yard. The girlfriend's sitting in the grass holding her head like, holy shit. The guy is sitting there like freaking out while a tow truck guy is trying to drag their car off of this fucking pile of rocks. And I rolled my window down and I was like, hey, buddy, you can't park there. And he's like, go fuck yourself, you son of a... It was so funny, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Being an annoying little asshole is always fun for everyone.
Man, you can't park there, dude.
I think there's something wrong with your car, miss.
Oh, dude, I think your car's not working.
Dude, it's I've been
I
playing.
love doing that, dude. I harass people with my cars. I learned this from my dad. Roll your partner's window down and yell out that window and blame it on them. So like
Yes.
So like,
and then when they walk up, they're just like, what?
I'll ride past baseball fields. I roll the windows down a lot while they're playing games, and I'm like, I'm selling hot dogs. I do crazy shit like that.
So your idea of a prank is doing free advertising for hot dogs.
I heckle children. That are playing baseball games. I'll yell foul ball a lot. I'll yell strike.
Oh yeah, that's
I
great.
do shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that ump's blind. That guy's a jack. I'll yell shit.
You
like
just don't
that.
call children gay, like
no. Because I don't know if they're gay.
Your mom and dad are getting a
or
divorce.
they're just non-binary. You know what I mean?
Paying a plane to fly over. Susan and Dave are getting to. Susan, I need to leave you, Dave.
Yeah, it's mainly just heckling the umpires and the coaches.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I learned you were an umpire the other day,
Yeah,
which
dude.
I was like, in hindsight,
Not surprised.
yeah, it's better than being the kid that's like the bench, like the manager of the team, but you don't have special needs. So
I played baseball the whole time. It was just I made a lot of money doing that.
yeah,
Like,
oh fuck it. Yeah, refereeing sporting events, dude. It was like $200 to like officiate a swim meet.
so like when I started,
would.
it was like $30 or $40 to umpire games, and it was like a 2-hour game for 11-year-olds when I was like 12 and a half, 13. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it was nice, and then it would progress up to like $50, and then it became $75, and then I used to do games for $150 a game. Then I would do 2 games a day for like, $120 for each game.
Yeah.
And I'd do 3 days in a row on a weekend, and I'd do tournaments and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah, I used to referee soccer.
Yeah, I was the youngest district umpire in my region.
Nice.
Yeah. It's the gayest accolade I have. I was the youngest regional umpire in my district when I was 17 years old.
Again,
You know what I mean?
at least you weren't the manager for like the basketball team.
So actually, I was the announcer for the baseball team.
No, announcer Fox. That's the fun one.
Exactly.
Announcing's always
I'm
cool.
sitting up there fucking mixing music. Dude, I'll never forget. I put on ice cream paint shot for one of my buddies. I was like, yeah, buddy, rolling like a big shot. You know what I mean? High schools operate like big businesses sometimes. They're just like, well, we're running out of money. Let's just cut freshman sports. You know what I mean?
Well, it's crazy because we don't have we where I'm at in Ohio. We don't have varsity and JV. You just have varsity. There are no multiple there's no freshman teams.
So like in some areas, they have 8th grade that's connected to the high school team.
Yeah,
So like I know people that are like, there's always like they'll hear about
that's where they got like, good recruits.
You know what I mean? Like they'll have like quarterbacks. It'll be like he's been the varsity quarterback since he was 9th grade. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's the biggest motherfucker you've ever seen.
He's like the biggest 6'8" quarterback you've ever seen in Texas. So like they cut freshman sports, and I became the announcer for the team, and they won some game that got them to go to Cooperstown that year, and I got to go to Cooperstown with the team as the announcer. And I have this really fucked up memory of a junior on my team, Brandon Finelli. I had brought a Snuggie up with me on the team bus,
Mm-hmm.
and he borrowed it. And he was like, oh, can I borrow this deck? And I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, I'll give it back to you later. I'm like, yeah, no problem. So we go back to the hotel. I'm like, hey, can I get my Snuggie back? He's like, yeah, sure. Come to my room. Come and get it. And this fucking junior on my baseball team, I'll never forget, is wearing my Snuggie completely butt-ass naked in his room. And I walked in, and he's like, oh, here it is. You can have it back. And I go to take it off of him. I'm like, you fucking piece of shit. I'm like, you're butt-ass naked, aren't you?
He's like, I showed you.
Yeah, he fucking got me.
Yeah, oh no, you'll have to see me naked.
Yeah, he ruined me.
Because, by the way, is it just him in the room, or is a bunch of other baseball players in there cackling like a fucking bunch of hyenas?
If there wasn't other baseball players in that room, that was a borderline molestation by Brandon. But
and you, because you stripped him of it.
I was like, dude, give me. He was wearing it. I'm like, dude, give me that shit. He's like, I'm fucking naked, you weird. Like, it's a good memory. It would have been funny if I said, I was like, it's such a good memory.
He's like, it's so fucked up. You guys are making me do this right now. You guys are gonna make me get naked in front of all you. Oh no. Oh no.
That would have been the proper response if I got naked in front of everybody.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, right. I was one of the best announcers in South Jersey, in my opinion.
At least you don't have a lisp.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Dude, I fucking hate every goddamn like YouTube and a lot of the YouTube shit I watch.
Yeah.
Is every guy has a fucking lisp, and it's just like, how the fuck did you find?
Yeah, look at what they're talking about, Adomas.
So I've been watching.
Look at the president. He's a really big guy.
No, I watch like really fucked up, like stupid shit. I've been watching the entire series. I've been watching this guy talk about the history of Ben 10.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I liked that show a lot. By the way,
it was cool. But I was listening to a guy talk about the history of Ben.
On it? What is the parallels that he draws?
First off, I used to watch that show, and he just gets it horribly wrong repeatedly, and I'm just like, cool.
Yeah, he said Bean 9. Is that what he's like,
but he has like a horrible speech impediment, and it's just like, why are you doing this, man? Like, there was no one you knew.
I wanted to be Ben 10 so bad when I was a kid.
I wanted to have the Ben 10 watch, but I could turn into different races.
I know. And what would you use it for?
I'm still 10 years old.
Would you fight crime, or would you just commit crimes?
I would turn into a certain group and control the media.
Nice, dude.
For 10 minutes.
And then the weather.
Yeah.
Make it sunny here forever. Adomas, I have a big question for you, seeing as you are the foremost authority on the cryptid, the spooky, and the strange happenings that come along in the United States.
Yeah.
And the media and everything. A hero of the generation for those of us that we know.
I thought you were doing slightly trying to do Japanese. A hero of the generation.
Yeah. Known sorry for his period.
All right.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I didn't do any. I just did the light. Oh.
I have to delete that.
You can leave it in.
Yeah, right.
What? Oh, someone's going to find out you said mild. Who's going to give a shit that you said something mildly racist?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Your boss listens to this.
Me and Raymond always say that. Raymond's like, I'm still cutting it out.
It's like, like I like to imagine like with Raymond living in Baltimore, he's living with he's around like the indie girlies, like the white women call out culture there is just right. Like
it's exactly what he's around.
But like they're not extreme, like they're just like the most low level ones imaginable.
Yep.
The cryptid and the weird.
The cryptid and the weird. You have very interesting takes on interesting situations and circumstances. Just snap locking the gun and getting ready to fire it.
Go
on. Matthew Perry. The Friends heartthrob that is no longer with us.
I never watched Friends. It seemed pretty lame. So he's like what? He's Ross's boyfriend?
No. So he's
Joey's boyfriend.
No, not at all. So I watched it later in the years and everything and got into it. But basically, him and Joey were best friends. They lived together. They lived in the apartment across the hall from Rachel and Monica. Rachel and Monica are best friends. Rachel dates Ross. Monica and Rachel are also best friends with Phoebe. Everybody's friends. They're the Friends, the show Friends.
Yeah.
Friends. So
I know Brad Pitt's on it.
Nah,
at one point, he's a boyfriend.
For like a couple episodes. So's the fucking guy from the fuck is his goddamn name?
Jerry Seinfeld?
No.
What's the deal with Friends?
No, I forget. It's famous for tons of cameos. I
know.
It's known for Bruce Willis being on there, Robin Williams being on there.
Huh. Robin Williams did Friends?
Yeah, he was on there for an episode.
No wonder he fucking killed himself.
I know,
Jesus.
Right? He's like, this is the swearing. Now I have to kill myself. I got a lot of friends. We're all friends.
Brother, what? I love when he does his like black people talking to each other stuff. Brother, man, what are you talking about?
He has one of the best inflections of voices for imitation in my personal opinion. I do miss a Robin Williams voice. He had such a wide berth of experience and capability with acting. Like people talk shit on What Dreams May Come all the time.
Oh,
I
wait,
think-
you a What Dreams May Come guy?
I'm a big-
Hell
I'm a
yeah.
big
No,
fan of
I'm
What
fucking
Dreams May
huge
Come.
on What Dreams May Come.
People talk shit on it a lot. I'm a
You know who-
big fan of that movie.
You know who the guy who wrote that? We had to remember to come back to Friends. Matthew Perry, Richard Matheson, the guy who wrote that, also wrote I Am Legend.
Yep.
Same guy. Great book. Great movie.
No, What Dreams May Come is a very good alternative viewpoint on a similar story to Dante's Inferno, just a very shortened version.
I mean, yeah,
It's a tribute to Dante's Inferno in a very short. You know what I mean?
yeah. I know what you're
It's
saying.
like the modern days Dante.
I was pressing something in this gun, and I thought I felt a bullet, and I'm like, that's not good. It's not. It's right below it's the loading mechanism. Sorry.
It's no, you're good. I'm not worried about it at all. But it's the present day's Dante because it's his love affair, his interests, going to the depths of hell, rescuing her, bringing her back. That's the idea.
Yeah, and
of
then
that
Cuba
movie.
Gooding Jr. is Virgil for some reason.
which is actually his son, which is his, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And then the guy that helps him is also someone he knows. That was the only part where I was like, all right, we're getting a little crazy with the people he
the
knows.
story gets crazy. It's pretty fucking nuts, and like the person that leads him to the gates is actually like his best friend or something like that. Like
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's a very M. Night Shyamalan-esque. You know what I mean? Twisty turn.
I don't know if those were really that big a twist.
Yeah.
Because they explain it pretty well. But anyways, What Dreams May Come. Great movie.
What
Recommend.
Dreams May Come? Robin Williams. It's the shit. Matthew Perry. What do you think happened? Do you really buy the fact that he died the way he did? Because there's a lot of crazy theories about everything. One, the death explanation with his methadone that he was on, and all this and that doesn't make any sense.
Well, they said he died, no drugs in his system, which is
I thought he was a clean addict and was on a form of methadone or Suboxone.
is he on meth, by the way? Like shit.
What?
Was he on methadone? Like was he on meth at one point?
I think he was on Suboxone of some sort. So that was a guy. There's a explanation that was given that the heat in mixture with his medication caused him to have a heart attack.
Oh, that would be if that was what happened, then probably. But also, so Matthew Perry, from what I understood, obviously like lifelong alcoholic until he got clean, and he never really got clean. Always,
He was a pill addict too. His
Yeah.
big thing was pills.
well, dude. Both of those like just destroy your fucking body.
Yeah.
like you're gonna die young. Like
Known for massive heart failure situations.
yeah, Carrie Fisher.
Yep.
When she died out suddenly after her mother died, I was just like, yeah, I mean. So what I know with Matthew Perry was like the last photo he posted is a photo of him in his hot tub, and then he also he'd posted that photo in the hot tub, and then he died of drowning, which I was like, okay. So when I heard that he drowned, I was like, oh, okay, he probably overdosed. Like that was just like my immediate conclusion. But like hot tubs are weird because of the thing they expand the capillaries in the heart. Your blood vessels expand. Like pregnant women aren't supposed to use hot tubs. They're
Yeah.
bad for your blood
Yeah,
flow.
yeah, yeah.
They fuck up your stuff. If you have a heart condition, you're not supposed to use it. But like he posted tons of photos of him using it. I mean, I don't think anyone killed Matthew Perry as a conspiracy. It's like I don't think you.
Have you seen all those crazy conspiracies that have been coming out?
Yeah. So
Like all the cryptid shit.
Do you
with
know
his,
about
like,
the
postings?
I'm Matt Man?
Yeah, what is that?
The Matt Man
Yeah,
stuff.
did you look into that at all?
I think that's just like people think he's
distraction.
smart. He's a dumbass dude. Like he's like put me in Fallout 3 because I love Fallout New Vegas because I love Fallout. Which
Yeah.
by the way he was in Fallout games.
Yeah.
But he had done this thing in his book. If I'm ever in like trouble,
I'll put up the bat signal.
yeah, call me Matt Man.
No, but I don't even think that happened.
Well, he started.
I
He
literally
was
think
using. He was using
I think
it.
he literally just said in the book, if I'm ever in trouble or if I'm ever compromised, you will see the bat signals. That's literally what the verb.
Yeah, but then he started posting it, and
But,
then he
like-
was on his Instagram,
but, like,
and he was saying, "I'm
that's-
Matt Man."
Yeah, so that's where like all the goofy like videos come up and everything. The story gets
Well, the
like,
last
mixed
post
up.
on his Instagram is "I'm Matt Man."
I know.
Yeah, like
And then there's also like all the other. So if you go down the rabbit hole takes you to like 3 or 4 different theories that go into it. The one is the posts, him giving hints of the 3 cranberries dropped on a table that's supposed to hint
yeah,
the cranberry singer that overdosed in a hot tub.
Dolores O'Riordan. She
Yeah.
died, recently, like 2 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah, like there's like all these goofy.
but then that's not how she died, right? Like it ended up not being the way she died.
I think it's like the big like the.
It's like how every fucking person kills themselves.
You know,
and
when
like
we
they're
talk
trying
about
to stop.
stuff like this is how I know I have like an anxious personality. when we talk about stuff like this, I'm like looking around the corner for like the creature in the corner of the room.
We've got 2 guns that aren't
shouldn't
loaded.
be talking about this. Ooh.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean?
Oh God. Yeah. I'm doing an episode on. I've been working on an episode on brainwashing for the pod, and I'm just like,
Remember when we did the episode? I'm like, somebody murdered the dog outside because we're talking about conspiracy.
yeah. What if
theories.
Raymond got killed? Yeah. I was like, damn, dude.
Like Raymond went upstairs to go get a drink. What if he's dead?
You just have to in life. You just have to accept the fact that you're powerless. There's nothing you can do, and if anyone wants to kill you at any time, you're gonna die.
Dude, my big
Peaceful.
thing is like, you know how like there's like the 50-50 where you're like, obviously I don't believe in spookies and scaries and monsters, but like, what happens the instance where actually you come present with a monster? You're like, what do I do now? Like,
You're gonna die.
you think so?
Yeah, you're gonna die.
Is there any world in your head that you feel like you survive a monster attack and then you get to talk about it?
It depends on what monster it is. Some of those ones, I'm just
Jersey
like,
Devil.
well, it doesn't kill people.
Doesn't?
No, right? Isn't that the whole thing? It doesn't kill anyone.
That's what I never understood about it. So that's why I bring it up. I was deathly scared of Jersey Devil growing up.
Well, that's fine. I was scared of Gremlins forever
Why?
because that movie was scary. They kill an old lady.
Sure.
That movie is like. By the way, that was the reason. That movie, Gremlins, is the reason why R ratings exist.
Really?
Yeah, well, not R ratings, PG-13 and stuff, because
Yeah.
they were so like it used to just be it used to be G or R, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, Jesus Christ, really? And so since that film was so like violent and like graphic, because like the microwave gremlin, all that shit, like, and they kill a woman again.
Yes, that's true. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, they tear her limb from limb.
No, they cause her mobility scooter or not her stair lift to go so fast it shoots her out the fucking window, and then
Crazy.
yeah, so like yeah, no that fucking
So you don't think anything happened with Matthew Perry? You think this was not an inside job?
he's got what to do what to do what
I don't know.
is like what did someone need $100 million? What was his net worth?
I
Like
think it was the distraction because wasn't there some pretty big political moves that same exact day?
no, I mean Israel Hamas stuff has been happening this whole time. But everyone always thinks that like bad stuff can't concur with other fucked up shit happening, and it's like, well, on 9/11 people died as well.
I
Like,
just feel like there was something that I actually saw that was like commented on. By the way,
well, people were commenting that it was probably something about Joe Biden, and I was like, whatever. Like,
there's a Pope bobblehead up there.
yeah,
I just think
oh, you mean in my home where I live?
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
the Adomas has a Pope bobblehead.
It's not mine. This used to be my uncle's room.
That's pretty funny. He has a Pope bobblehead.
Yeah, yeah, they're not fans of Pope Francis either.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I mean, the Matt Man stuff, whatever. I think he was just a dumbass dude. Like there's correlation and causation, and like I just that one doesn't make sense to me as anything. It is weird. His mother used to be the secretary for Pierre Trudeau.
Okay.
You know who that is?
No, I don't. Like you're talking about Trudeau from Canada.
Justin Trudeau is his father is one of the most popular prime ministers in Canada's history. And I'll hit you with this conspiracy. Do you know about the Justin Trudeau Fidel Castro conspiracy?
No, I've never heard that one.
There is a long-standing conspiracy that Fidel Castro is Justin Trudeau's father. If you hit the second, look it up on your phone. Justin Trudeau, Fidel Castro, Pierre Trudeau. Like what? Like they will show you a photo of Pierre Trudeau next to Justin Trudeau, and then they will show you a photo of Fidel Castro right next to Justin Trudeau, and you tell me which one he looks more like. It's insane. There's a long-standing conspiracy that Pierre Trudeau is not Justin Trudeau's father, and that in fact, because Fidel Castro was a huge family friend. You can find a photo of Fidel Castro holding Justin Trudeau, and then also then Justin Trudeau's siblings don't look like him either.
They look exactly alike.
Right?
Yeah.
And then look at his dad. His head shape, face shape's totally different.
As children, like as young men too.
Oh, and so yeah, Justin Trudeau used to play with Matthew Perry as a kid. Because
Weird.
Justin Trudeau's Pierre Trudeau's secretary was Matthew Perry's mother.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's just a weird like high
Weird
level
coincidence.
Yeah, his family's got high level Canadian government connections.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
So that's why that was actually the more interesting. Like the conspiracy people I follow on Twitter were talking about.
Yeah, that is very weird. It's a weird connection to make between that. Wouldn't even think of that.
Yeah. So Matthew Perry, only one degree of separation for Fidel Castro.
So Trudeau's the new Clinton family, I guess. I got it. I understand.
Kind of.
All right, so let's talk about, let's wrap this up a little bit with this. Let's talk about the episodes you've been putting out. What have you been talking about?
So I put out, my podcast, American Guilt, finally came out. The first episode,
Where can you find it on?
Spotify and Patreon. I got a Patreon now.
Sweet.
I'm still working on getting a call-in line set up. I'm hoping to let people like call in just to ask questions, and I can do a Q&A segment on, if I can keep it short, which why would I? Why would you ever keep anything short podcasting?
Never.
Yeah, I've got, the first episode is on the assassination of Zachary Taylor, our 12th president. It's just a fun, like, I try to explain like how conspiracy works, like how thinking works around these things, and also introduce people to like my main influence, Dr. Michael Parenti, who wrote a book called History of Mystery, and like did a whole segment in his book about the investigation into whether our 12th president Zachary Taylor was assassinated by poisoning, because famously it's always said he died by eating a large amount of cherries and milk and then died from gastroenteritis, which is not something that normally kills anyone.
What a weird thing to do. Eat a bunch of cherries and milk?
Well, that's what they say. It's never backed up with any evidence.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah, so I get into all of that. So, and then my friend Kimberly Crowley and I went and saw Killers of the Flower Moon.
Which is what?
The new Martin Scorsese film about the Osage people, which I read the book Killers of the Flower Moon, and
Osage people, why can I not think of that?
The Osage are a Native American group that were the wealthiest Native Americans in the country.
On the Long Island, right?
No, they are from Kansas, technically, / the Ohio, Missouri River Valleys. And their whole thing was that they were pretty much, and then they were one of the only tribes that bought their reservation. They bought their land in Oklahoma when they moved to Indian Territory. So they never could kick them off it. They actually legally own the land the way like you or I would own land. And so they own the mineral rights in common. So when they found the huge oil source there, they became the wealthiest people in the country. And then it just follows the story of them pretty much being murdered left and right.
And being taken.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
Who is in ownership of most of their land now?
That was a story I saw. They still own their reservation. There was a big ranch they had that I'm trying to remember what actor had it. Some actor owned a chunk of their land as a ranch. And then some other woman who's part of like this cooking family dynasty is like, I don't really know. They mostly own their land still.
Interesting.
They couldn't really take it from them.
Interesting, but everybody was being murdered left and right. It was like obviously an involved plot to dismantle this family.
Well, the people not really that. It's that they had this thing called a head right attached to the oil. So there were like 2,000 members of the tribe, and each member got a head right. And the head rights were an entitlement to the share of the trust of the oil trust. And so they could be transferred.
Cool.
So like people would marry Osage women and then kill them and inherit their head right. Their children, any Osage tribe member is entitled to a head right.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the stuff so that's the second episode or the third episode?
That's the second episode.
Okay.
And then third episode I'm working on right now, it's just taking a lot of work, is an episode on brainwashing and my like understanding of how it works according to this book called Program to Kill, which I talked about on our episode, like that 3-parter we did.
Yep.
And then I also
is a great book.
I also use a whole section of Chaos by Tom O'Neill, the Charles Manson book. I have his whole mind control episode, a whole thing of mind control on that. Brainwashing / mind control, I guess. And then I also have like 4 other books. I'm throwing them all together, but it's like It's just I have to read certain sections from all of them.
Nice.
And get them like, and then I'm also talking about kidnapped. If you ever heard the story about the Korean War pilots, when they crashed, they were blinking signals of like, we're being tortured, we're being brainwashed.
Yeah.
That's where the film The Manchurian Candidate comes from. Yeah, which I watched both The Manchurian Candidates the other day. They're both fucking awful, but interesting. And so some brainwashing stuff. I got the Diary of Candy Jones. I've got, God, I have so much fucking stuff.
Do you think those guys actually were being brainwashed? Those Korean soldiers? Or those Korean camps?
I think they were brainwashed afterwards.
What do you mean?
So they were captured. And it just came out. The U.S. was 100% during the Korean War. This is what these guys alleged. They said, "Yeah, we're doing chemical warfare on the Korean people, And that was a conspiracy to believe for the longest time. And it was just pretty much confirmed by this guy named Jeffrey K., which is where I'm going to start out with the story of explaining this. And they said, yeah, we were like, when they came back, they were like, oh no, we were brainwashed. We were blah, 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 blah. You know, we were forced to say that we're doing chemical warfare in Korea, which is a human rights crime. Like it's a universal crime. Like the UN considers that a crime. You're not allowed to do chemical warfare, and which we were doing in Korea during the Korean War. And so when those guys came back, a certain hypnotist / doctor, medical professor, Jolly West, the main character in Chaos for brainwashing and hypnotism, who claimed he could hypnotize anyone with enough amphetamines and time.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing that the Mansonites were doing, was tons of speed. And he was their debriefer. And when he was deprogramming, when he was interviewing them, there's a pretty good theory that he fucking he fucking hypnotized and brainwashed a lot of these guys to repeat on the record what they thought they did in Korea.
Like what they actually like.
Yeah, so he
like a fake like a retelling.
Yeah, and so the main author on how brainwashing / cult think works, Robert Lifton. No, it's something. I have to look at all my notes again. I'll get more into it, but the guy who wrote this main document on like how like cults work, based all his research off of Jolly West's research on the Korean POWs. And so that was later used for deprogramming people and cult members. And I'm going to close out with this story about this guy named, I think, Ted Sanderson, who there's a drunk history episode about. Because he would go and kidnap women, and his son was joined a cult and he couldn't get his son back. I think his son died. And so the African-American guy, he would go and deprogram people from cults. Now, pretty much he was eventually getting hired just to like go kidnap gay women and men and deprogram, which is just involving heavy amounts of sexual assault. And
That's
so
insane.
Yeah, like he was just like going and kidnapping kids back from cults to join them, maybe under less than clear terms. And but everything we know about like people joining cults and brainwashing in cults is based off this fucking report that's based off of a lie that's based off of another lie it's so downstreaming, like consistent from each other. It's like, what the fuck? And then there's actual brainwashing, like you have with the guy who shot RFK Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, also the last person that Jack Ruby talked to before he totally lost his mind was Jolly West.
That's insane.
Which there's also a tape, there's like a record you can get of like the last recordings of Jolly West. I mean, of Jack Ruby, the guy who shot Lee Harvey Oswald. Which also we have an episode hopefully coming up for my pod with you and your brother that I'm trying to do that is a little secret for the 60th anniversary.
Yeah. When is that? I forget when that's supposed to be. When is the 60th anniversary?
60th anniversary is 11/22/63. Yeah. So 11/22/23.
Yeah, I would love to record that.
Yeah. So that's like
That's a cool one.
Yeah.
Adomas, tell us where you're at. Social medias.
I am the Rhinestone Cowboy on Instagram. American Guilt should have an Instagram page hopefully soon enough. American Guilt Podcast on Patreon, American Guilt Podcast on Spotify.
Awesome.
And then comedy-wise, I have Nightcap at Helium Comedy Club the November 30th.
Nice.
It's a Thursday at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, one of those.
Anything else coming on?
Hosting at Rotten Ralph's tomorrow.
Nice, dude.
And then
this might come out after that, but that's pretty awesome.
I'm for sure this will be coming out in 2 parts, judging by the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think I'll put it out in a heavy push, but I'll definitely make sure that we get a good chunk of this out. But it's gonna be a good one, man. You can find me and Raymond on our social medias at Ray_Brooks for Raymond. That's BROOX. You can find me at Declan Loves Meatballs. That's Declan Loves Meatballs on Instagram. You can find me at Facebook at my name. You know, I just upgraded to a digital creator comedian page on Facebook, by the way. So
I gotta get on Facebook because that's actually where my shit would thrive.
I was looking for places the other day, and when I went and looked at the place, it was on Facebook, and I got there. The guy's like, "So you're a comedian?" I'm like, "Oh God, I
forgot.
I forgot that was up there." Yeah, now you can find me on Facebook. You can find us on the Instagrams. You can find us also at the podcast page at 555 Let Me Call You Back. You can find our podcasts on anywhere you can hear podcasts at. That means anywhere like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible, etc. Anywhere you can find podcasts at. I don't think we're going to be doing the phone number anymore, guys, unless you have the phone number and you've been waiting to send us a message. Jump on that now. Other than that, we're going to take a break from the phone number. Expect just a little bit of a different format coming forward, a little bit of, it's going to be me and Raymond doing this, but it might be me speaking to people from different cities that I go to each week. Just like I've said before, that's what my job is. I go all over the East Coast for traveling for work. So I'm going to start trying to bring some interesting people to bring to you guys so that you have some interesting stories to hear about each week. Not just me and Raymond going, so what'd you do this week? Oh, I did this and that and I ate over here. So that's our efforts to try and make this the best podcast for you guys, and we really appreciate you guys staying in line and working with us while we're going through all the changes and the best new things coming. So thank you very much, and thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep. Thanks, Adomas.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. We would really appreciate the support. Find us on Instagram at 555 Let Me Call You Back and on Facebook at the Let Me Call You Back podcast. You can find comedian Declan Brooks on Instagram at Declan Loves Meatballs. See you next time.